Hey Anglers, Bill Score, Florida Bass Paddler. And I'm doing this quick video walkthrough because I often get a lot of compliments on how my paddleboard is rigged up. Now, it's no secret that this sport has blown up over the last 25, 30 years. And fishing from a paddleboard certainly thereafter started to explode as well. More and more companies are now making paddleboards angled to the angler rather than just your recreational paddleboarder. And this board is great looking and it gets a lot of compliments, but I'm often surprised at how many people notice how I have it rigged out. Now, I don't have a lot of bells and whistles on it. I like to keep things at a minimum, but I thought I would take this opportunity to shoot a quick video walkthrough of how I have my board rigged up with some of the best names in kayak fishing, such as Yak Attack, Ram, and as well as Rail Blazer, and to see if you have any questions about how I have it, or perhaps even to give you an idea. Paddle boards are becoming a great platform in smaller bodies of water, lakes, and it's a great way to have a nice clean deck, catch fish, and actually have something that's a little easier to transport than a kayak. So stay tuned, we're going to do the walkthrough, and please ask any questions in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Alright, so let's start in the front of the SUP. First and foremost, the bungee you see on here comes standard on all their SUPs. What I have done is I've upgraded the pad eyes to the Yak Attack pad eyes. Now, there was nothing wrong with the ones that initially came on the vessel, but I just like the Yak Attack ones. They're a little bit more robust, and they have a little bit more of an aesthetically pleasing looks to it, so that's why I went with those. In addition, I added a 1-inch nylon ring up here to the front. This helps these hooks lay nice and flat against the deck. I've also added a 1-inch screw ball. I've gone through the hull, and this allows me to not only keep a front-facing camera here for when I'm talking to the camera during some of my videos, but also kind of keeps the bungee from draping across the hatch area here. In addition, I have these little guys here. I'm not sure what they're called, but these came from Harmony back when I was with the Wilderness Systems team. They really allow me to take my paddle and slide it underneath the bungee a little easier when I need to rest it out of the way. Now, on this side over here, I've added a Rail Blazer Starport base. The reason I went with this base is two reasons. Number one, it's nice and flush to the deck. But unlike other bases, what I really like about the Rail Blazer Starport is the fact that it swivels 360. So this allows me to use a Rail Blazer camera boom for my GoPro for taking those hero shots. Again, instead of having to reposition the camera whenever I want to take a shot, I simply just rotate the camera where I want it, take my picture, and I can rotate it back where it's out of my way. Now, the older generation Kahunas allowed you to install tracks here on each side of the board. However, the newer generation has those tracks molded into the mold a little bit more, so this way they're not a little bit more lower profile. I left them off of this board because I found sometimes my line would get stuck underneath it. So what I did was I put screws in 3 of the 4 holes on the one side, and I installed a hex head stud right here in the 4th hole. And what that allows me to do is install certain accessories that utilize the T-bolt from Yak Attack or any other the track system items. But with the threaded stud I use, what I can do is when it's time for me to get off the water, rather than having someone to rest my paddle, I can simply remove this. There's a hex head stud right there. Put 2 of these on, and I now have an area to secure the boat with the ratchet strap in the back of my truck. Quick and easy, and it literally gives me some versatility with the boat. Now, as far as the side carry handles here, those are also standard on the boats. However, I made 2 slight modifications. I removed the existing bungee button, and I went with a double pad eye bungee button right there. That gives me a couple more attachment points if I need to tie something down. And in addition, you see here, I used some conceal. I cut it in the shape of a football, and it really helps when my knuckles hit against the boat when I'm transporting it, just to protect my hands. This is the Larry chair that comes standard with the Kaku Kahuna, but I've upgraded my chair a little bit with regard to putting 2 side pockets, 1 on each side, made exclusively for Kaku kayaks by tackle webs. In addition, I've also installed the tackle webs on the back as well. That gives me another area to keep things such as rain gear, trash, or anything else I want to keep close by, but out of the way. As we get to the rear of the boat, as you can see, I've made two slight modifications back here as well. First and foremost, the tail end. All Kaku products come pre-molded to easily accept a base for our shallow water anchor micro power pole. Now, because I don't make enough money to actually buy one of those for myself, I actually installed a plate here. This was manufactured by Yak Attack for the Jackson Big Rig. However, it fit beautifully right in here. And what I did was I installed another Starport HD from Real Blazer, and this allows me to put other items such as my safety flag from Yak Attack or my Navi light from Real Blazer. If I need a little bit of additional safety light, I can put a variety of items right here in the back. Simply install them and I'm ready to go. Another simple modification I make is the Kahuna also has two more threaded inserts in the back. Once again, I took two hex head studs, put one on each side, and installed these ratchet tie-down parts from Yak Attack. What this allows me to do is, this allows me to keep my C-Tug safely attached to the board whenever it is I need to keep the wheels with me rather than running back to the truck. I simply slide this onto the back of the board, pull the bungee up around the kickstand, and now this is nice and secure to my boat where I can leave and not have to worry about going back to my truck to get the wheels. The wheels are with me, so if I decide to get off the water somewhere else, they're right within reach and ready to go. Well, there you have it, guys. That's how my board is pretty much rigged up. Again, if you have any questions, please comment below. If you like what you see, I ask you please subscribe. I'm not one of the bigger names in kayak fishing, but I do like to keep fishing simple, and I try to keep it informative for people looking to get into the sport. So please subscribe. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the water. Tight lines, everybody.